What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as behind those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Welcome to episode 501. I'm gonna lose count again, but at least I know this one is 501. There you go. So we're back from the holiday break. Hopefully everybody enjoyed last week. We did things a little bit differently. I had a bunch of throwbacks that I thought were pretty appropriate to what's currently going on. And then from here on out, back to Monday, Tuesday, our topics, Wednesday discussion. Thursdays would be a throwback or Ask Assist P, where I interview somebody who's already in or trying to break into cybersecurity. And then Fridays, everything else, movies, books, games, all that good stuff. So definitely continue to tune in and share with your friends. Again, we have like a little bit of an uptick, so I want to keep that up. So keep sharing this out. Without further ado, I'll give it to Shannon.
All right, everybody. This article actually comes from WHEC.com, which I believe is a news station in New York, I think, right? I think. Anyway, so the title of this one, all you Apple users, well, I tell you, to include me, consumer alert, don't believe the hype, the real risk of Apple's new update and how to turn it off. All right, so for those of you that are Apple users, right, you've seen the iOS 17 drop, right? And what they have is this new feature called Name Drop is the name of it, right? So what it allows you to do, you put your phone close to another phone and it just sends your contact information over, right? So gone are the days of, hey, let me get your number, and typing it in and creating a contact, right? If you got another Apple user and you got this name drop on, you're able to just, put it up next to it, information goes over and it's like, oh, great. You know what I mean? Which very convenient, right? That's what we want nowadays. We want the convenience of being able to do that. But, right, as with most people today, right, there is some risk to it, right? And the risk being people not paying attention to what may be going on, right? So like, now, mind you, you have to get fairly close for this to happen, right? Like I've seen it, the demonstration for it, and you have to get pretty close.
Yeah, almost touching.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's very, very close. But if for whatever reason, their fear is that if somebody has a phone in their locker, right, and it's in another locker, is on the other side of it and is close to it, they're like, oh, it'll automatically share all your contact information, you know what I mean, your contact list, this and the third. Not actually true. That's not actually how that works, because you still have to acknowledge it. Like you will get an acknowledgement, to say, yes, I want to do this, and make this happen. But where this can be an issue is, with these young whippersnappers today, right? Nobody wants to see any messages pop up, right? They just want to go through it. Just give me what I want to do. You know what I mean? Just hit okay and do whatever, not really knowing what's going on, right? So that's kind of the fear with this, is that people are not paying attention. So like us that have worked in the military or in the DoD, right? It's like the pop-up that tells you you're being monitored that you always just hit okay to and you're fine with. You're like, whatever. Why do you do this every time I log on, right? Like that's how we feel, right? Same type of thing is people just not paying attention to what's going on. And by people, I really mean, I can't just say young kids. I can't say that because, I can't remember the last time I read a EULA in full, right? Like user agreement. Nah, whatever. I already know you want to take everything, you want to sell everything. It's okay. I'm fine with it, right? Like,
Right.
I've had my information stolen so many times. I get it. You're gonna give me LifeLock afterwards. I already know, but this is kind of the concern with people now, right? Is they're like, hey, we're just worried that people are not paying attention to what is actually being done here, how to be safe when it comes to like giving out your information, because like I mean, if you're being honest, like we don't care about that anyway, right? We sign up for your Facebooks and your threads and your all the other stuff out there, the X, like you again,
Personally attacked.
yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not coming after you.
Those are the things I'm on.
Hey, I'm sorry, but really though, like when you sign on to them, right, like if you read the EULA, what does it say? It says they have the right, to this information. You're giving it up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is, right? And like everybody does it. It's not like it's different to those major companies. Like everything you do, it's going to have that. If you see something pop up that you have to agree to, if you actually sit down and read it, I can almost guarantee that that's in there, right? But neither here nor there. So even though this feature is in iOS 17.0, there is a way to turn it off, right? Like, and it's easy. Like you don't have to do anything hard. You go to settings, tap general, tap airdrop, and then turn off bringing devices together. That's how you do it, right? So if for whatever reasons anyone is worried about this, like that's the way to go ahead and not make it active to where you can do it. But again, you have to be so close to it for it to even do it, and you still have to acknowledge it. It is not automatic, right? Now, that's not to say in a future update they won't even get rid of that, right? To be like, we want to make it even faster for you to where you just bring it close and it'll share all your information, which seems, I don't think they would go that far, but I'm not willing to put it past them. You know what I mean? But this is the fear nowadays, right? Like the conveniences that we ask for are gonna do us in, right? Like it's like where's the line here? We say, okay, we want everything to be easy for us. Technology is gonna make our lives easier. We have to do so much less. And then when it happens, it's like, no, please don't do that to us. You know what I mean? So we need to make up our mind. But Ryan, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, please remember to like, share, subscribe, all the other stuff. Hit a bell. There's a bell involved. Share us with your friends. Um, yeah, when I started to see the articles, because it was plenty, right? Before we went on break, I started to see it all over the place. So I'm of two minds, right? Like, I'm glad people care. So that's good. But there's a certain point where it goes past like awareness to misinformation, right? It was not as bad as doom and gloom as everybody perceived to be. Again, I'm an Apple apologist. I'm been Team Apple since the iPhone 3. I'm never going back. I'm always gonna be Team Apple. Like if they make a car, I'm probably not gonna buy that Gen 1, but at some point I'm gonna get it. At some point I'm gonna probably the Apple 3 car. I get that one. Um, it's not that bad. Again, you have to opt in, but I do see the concern, like this article said, like a lot of people just will not pay attention. They want to quickly get through something, and then a lot of kids just won't cut it off. Like for me being an adult, I don't have my AirDrop on because I don't want somebody to send me unsolicited pics of their body parts and things of that nature. And then and as soon as I saw the steps on how to cut this off, I cut it off immediately. Because I don't want to share my contact information with you. Like if anything, I'm gonna give you my QR code to my LinkedIn, and that's as close as we're gonna get, right? So I'm not about all of that sharing stuff anyway. So I would have cut it off regardless. Same thing with was it Google Sidewalk or Amazon Sidewalk or whatever? I can't remember what it's called. Is it Google Sidewalk where it turns to everything to a mesh with your doorbells and your tags and all that stuff? Like,
Yeah.
no, no, thank you. Like like if at any time my phone flashes, it says someone is trying to find a device, can you share like your I forget what it's called. Um, but it's like the near field communications that Apple has, that the proprietary stuff. No, I'm sorry. You're not going to find whatever you're looking for through me. Like I just don't do it. So I do appreciate people caring. Like I don't want that to go away. Like this is the first time I've seen something go so viral so fast. Um, when it came to the sharing of contact information, which is great. Like, yes, like, but again, misinformation, right? So we're here to dispel how bad people are trying to make it seem.
So it's funny you say that though, right? So like you say so viral so fast, but iOS 17's been out for a minute. Like we just had 17.1.2, I think, the
Yeah, I
update,
think it's that too.
or at least I did, right? Through Verizon. I know we have different timetables depending on,
Yeah, yeah, which is weird, but
yeah.
yeah,
And
because
that's and that's
you're
only
always ahead of me. You're like, hey, I got this new update. I'm like, what update? I have to go search for it. It's there. It just doesn't prompt me as quickly as it prompts you.
and that's the thing. It's like why I don't know. I feel mm, this has been out for a while. It's like if it's something that was with iOS 17, 17 has been out for a minute. But like you said, there were different articles that came up about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That were talking about it, and you said it went viral so fast, but it was like it went under the radar for a long time. Like what happened to where all of a sudden this was in the limelight like this?
Hmm.
I mean,
That's a
I'm
good question.
curious for that.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is a good question because I don't because it did it come out with 17 like
the article just says
uh
iOS 17, so
vanilla, I guess, or
yeah, the first
whatever you
seven.
want to call it. Yeah.
Well, the 17 was when the 17 came out when the iPhone 15 came out. That was in September.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know. So I thought this was an update after the fact. I didn't know it was like
In the
the
article, it says
vanilla
iOS
version.
17.
Hmm.
And I want to say I had seen it before. I think actually they advertised it. Did they
Yeah.
advertise it for 15? The iPhone 15? When I
They
saw
may
it.
have. They
Yeah.
may have. I don't pay like so when it comes to like the WWDCs, I don't care about none of the software updates or nothing like that unless it gives me like something like the double tap with your thumbs or some other gimmick that's when I get excited when it comes to all the other little minutia or whatever. Like me and you now have contact pictures, right? So because we're contacts, we get each other's like whatever personalized picture, whatever. Like I didn't even know that was a thing until I popped up. I was like, oh, like that's Shannon's face. Like, because you never had a picture of my contacts before. So I skip all that stuff. Like, where's the new tech? Give me the new thing. So yeah, so it could be that, and then now it's just now rolling out. Like maybe a concerned parent or something like that. Like, or maybe kids were playing with it too much, and like parents started getting concerned, like seeing like why do you have so many new contacts? So it could be that as well, because kids get phones younger and younger now, and like that would be something that they would jump on hard. Like, oh, let's share our contact information. Nah,
You say that the kids getting phones earlier thing. It's funny you bring that up. So my son last night we are talking about it. So today we're doing a joint birthday party with my younger two children. They both have December birthdays.
okay.
It's not their birthdays today, but we're doing a joint. And my son actually brought it up. Was like, "Hey, what if somebody gets me an iPhone 15?" And before my wife could say anything, I was like, "You can't keep it." Like, that's what I said to him. Like he's too young. You like you
What's
can't.
it, what's the age range where it's acceptable to have a phone, in your opinion?
I don't know because like for me, I think it's older than other parents because my children get picked up from school. It's not like they're riding a school bus, they're getting
Right,
off at the wrong bus stop or anything like that. Like they're getting picked up from school. So they're always with us to where a phone is available to them. They're never anywhere by themselves. Well, let me say this, they're rarely anywhere by themselves to
right.
where the phone is not around and it's not a family member. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same mindset as you, but I think I might be probably younger because you're old fuddy duddy. I would say 12 would like tween would be acceptable to me.
He still ain't there.
Right. I'm just saying like
But
yeah, yeah. I would think like 12-ish. Like I can't remember when we got my middle. I can't remember when we got Junior his phone, but I think it was like 12 or 13, whatever, because they get the hand-me-downs, right? Because we take really, really good care of our phones. So we get the new hotness and they get what the last thing was.
the old bus
Um, right, right. Because it's better than
that
what they
are
got.
being slowed down, right? Because you Apple, so they slowing them down. They
Right, right, right. Because they'll shatter. Like I remember my daughter shattered the front and back of her phone. I was like, how did you do this? You don't go anywhere or do anything. But she it was in her case. Like she kept it we did not know for a long time until one day I went to upgrade her case and I was like, yo, I can't do anything with this phone. It's just glass everywhere. So, but
You start rapping, broken glass everywhere.
well, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking 12-ish would be acceptable in my eyes. So, like, when my youngest turns 12, maybe because he did ask for a phone as well. He was like, "Can I have a phone?" I was like, "Absolutely not, absolutely not." Like, I think Junior did get a phone before then, but it was just Wi-Fi. Like, it wasn't able to make phone calls or nothing. Like, he just like, here's something to play with. And then when you turn like, it had to be like 12 or 13 or something like that. We're like, okay, you'll get the latest from us, and we'll get the latest from the T-Mobile or whoever.
I probably just don't want to add another one to my plan. I already got 4 lines on it, and Verizon ain't cheap. So I'm probably
Right, right. But you
just
got
like,
bars everywhere. Bars.
no.
T-Mobile is like, hey, we get you a new line for $10, but it ain't gonna work. And then the States, everywhere else, but not here in America. I don't know. But uh please continue to share our podcast with your friends. We do see an uptick, especially around episodes like the Mr. Cooper. It seemed to really be a hit out there. Like it's like several times more downloaded than any other episode, and comments. Like people were like in my same condition. They're getting random phone calls and weirdness. So be on the lookout for that. Like I definitely will do a follow up as soon as I hear something from Mr. Cooper or an article drops. They got like 6 lawsuits against them. Like it's crazy. So we'll see what comes of that. But please like, share, subscribe, hit us up at all the websites to go by our name. Give me a personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. You can find me on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, and Threads, all the places that Shannon called out. Stay safe, stay secure.